So, hey guys, it's me, the Perks of ASMR. I'm back with another video after like almost 2 years. um, I just wanted to film this video. This one is going to be kind of important, I think, mostly because I'm basically just telling my story about basically growing up. As you can probably see in the title of the video, growing up autistic and gay. Yeah, this video is mostly for like, I don't know, this is also kind of going to double as like sort of a coming out video to like people that don't know, because there are some people in my life that I have not told yet, to mostly extended family members, but yeah, so I am kind of nervous for this video, so there's probably going to be a few cuts where I'm like stopping and like thinking about what I want to do. And also in honor of this video, I decided to light a candle that I bought a few days ago. This is a pride candle that I got at Barnes & Noble. Wait, hold up. Yeah. And it's also a wood wick, so it makes a nice crackling noise. So I'm gonna have that in the background during the course of this video as well. So, and also if you hear like a small chirping noise, there's a smoke alarm like right below me in my garage that has a low battery, so it's gonna be beeping every once in a while. It's kind of quiet, but it's fine. So basically, I think I'm gonna start with the autistic side of my life, because that's what got diagnosed first, or so I was, yeah, the autism is like gets diagnosed, but like the gayness gets, you just kind of figure that out. There's no like diagnosis for that. But yeah, so I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome around like age 8, I think. However, I think my mom told me that the first time that like anybody sort of said anything about it was like in first grade. But I didn't actually get like to go and do any like testing until I was like 7 or 8. But yeah, I've always just had like sort of sort of like quirks and stuff. Like just limited interests, and like sort of like there's a few times like sort of like lack empathy and stuff. And it's just I just have a hard time like sort of relating to people sometimes, and also learning. There, of course, it's also a learning disability, so it's like there are some things that like just work, like click for me. Like I'm only really good at stuff if I'm like super interested. So yeah, and I've also always had accommodations. After I got diagnosed, I got accommodations that were given to like my school teachers. But it was never like, I was never one of those kids that like always had like one of like the paraprofessionals or whatever they're called, like following me around all day, because I'm pretty like high functioning. I'm pretty sure that's the proper term. I've heard a little bit of like dispute over whether that's like an appropriate term or not, but I'm pretty sure it's okay to say that. And I think on my test it did say I had like a pretty high intelligence level from the diagnosis, and it was more of like the accommodations were like kind of more like behind the scenes, like only really the teacher knew about it, not so much like everybody, it's like not really obvious stuff. It's like sitting like closer to the front, and like being given like extra time to finish tests and like assignments and stuff. So that was pretty helpful, and I actually haven't really used it in like the past couple semesters of college, which lately I've been like realizing I really should have. I really should be doing that, because like some of the classes are kind of difficult, and I'm just like not so good at like keeping up and getting things done on time. Then there's also like I do have some like sort of like repetitive and like obsessive behaviors. Like sometimes it's like really hard for me to like get over things and like let things go. Both like both like positive and negative. Like if I see something and think that it's like funny or something, I'll still be laughing about it for like an hour or something. It's just kind of funny. And then like if something bothers me, it kind of bothers me for a long time, which is kind of annoying, but you know, I just kind of try to live with it. And it's almost like these days, like it's almost gotten to the point where like I almost forget that I have Asperger's. Like it's not something I think about every day. It's like, and I'm like, because like sometimes I'm like doing something and it's like difficult. I'm like, why is this so hard for me? And I'm like, oh wait, that's right, I have Asperger's. Damn. I literally have like a diagnosis saying that like this is difficult for somebody like me. But I mean, also socially, like I'm pretty good at making friends. Like I'm pretty friendly for the most part. I am pretty introverted though and kind of closed off, but like if you're a nice person and I just kind of like get good vibes from you, I'll probably be nice to you and say hi and we can be friends. I will say since like COVID though, I've had like my walls have kind of gone up a bit with like my anxiety and everything, but yeah, I feel like, yeah, also I feel like I did actually pull up some symptoms of Asperger's just in case I forgot anything on the internet. Let's see. I guess also for like the interests and stuff, like if I get interested in something, like I get really interested. Like I will do all the research and like just like dig up as much information as I can, just because I think it's interesting, and it's like I just kind of like answer all the questions on my own. Every question that I have, I just kind of go and look for it. But yeah, I do kind of feel like sometimes a little awkward around people just because like I don't always kind of get social cues as well as other people do. And yeah, it's just kind of difficult sometimes, and then sometimes I almost feel like I'm being like creepy, but then I'm like I kind of feel like other people think I'm being like creepy, or like because I'm just kind of quiet and to myself, and I just kind of like sit there. Sometimes awkward, I don't know. If you know, you know, you know. But yeah, it's just been kind of like it does affect me, but like sometimes I forget, as I said earlier. But yeah, I guess I don't know. That's really all I have for Asperger's stuff. And yeah, let's see. Yeah. Oh, another thing, actually. I don't think anybody like really bullied me for it. Well, first off, not a whole lot of people knew in school, so like I was never really like bullied as a child for like having it. well, actually I wasn't really bullied as a child, period. I, for like, well, I almost said either for Asperger's or being gay, but I was like in the closet up until like college, so, yeah, I guess we can segue into that now. Yeah, so I figured out that I liked guys when I was about like 12 or 13 years old. And, I was a little confused for like a little bit of time. But I did have a little bit of like internalized homophobia in the beginning, because all I had really seen of like the LGBT community was just kind of like a pride parade, and like there were like a whole bunch of people like kind of like dancing around like half naked and like with like fake breasts and stuff, and I was just like, okay, if this is what being gay is, this is not me. I mean, that's what 12-year-old me was thinking, but now in my head I see that and I'm like, pop off, queen. I think when I was about like 15 years old, or no, was I 14 or 15? I don't remember. Yeah, there was like at least a year or two in there after I figured myself out that I was like, just kind of like like I only really knew about it, and I was like, wasn't quite okay with it. But then I started like exploring on YouTube, and I found this YouTuber called Joey Graceffa, who's pretty popular, and he really made me feel a lot more comfortable with myself. That he would upload vlogs, and it was mostly just him and his boyfriend just going through their daily lives, like not really like going like super like crazy, just kind of living life and being gay. And I was like, okay, I guess if this is what the gay life is, then I'm cool with it. Like, I don't have to be dancing on a parade floor or whatever. But yeah, I will say I was kind of like one of the lucky ones. I didn't really grow up in like a super religious household. Like I did go to church when I was like I didn't like go to church like from when I was born, but like I started going when I was like 7. My mom started taking me, and then she was taking me and my brother, and then I think it was around when I turned 15 that she stopped taking me, because it was like me and my brother didn't really want to be there, and she was like that like going to church is just like another extra day that she has to like battle us to get out of bed, on top of the 5 days that she had to like get us out of bed for school. So at least I think that was her reasoning. I don't exactly know, but yeah. And yeah, and around that same time I was kind of learning about like that, like a lot of like religious people, or at least Christians and like other religions are kind of homophobic and just kind of not as accepting of that stuff. And I was like, okay, well, if that's how they are, then I don't really want to be in that space, you know. But I have learned lately that like not all of them are like that, and there are quite a few churches these days that are like more accepting of the gays. And I mean, I'm not really religious. I'm pretty much an atheist at this point. I don't know. I respect all religions, like whatever you want to believe. Just you do you. Don't like force others into it if they don't want to be a part of it. That's all I really gotta say about that. guess that's for like coming out. So like I think the first person who really figured me out, well, yeah, it was my brother who figured me out, because he kind of saw my search history with like Joey Graceffa and all those people, and he kind of put like two and two together, but I didn't know until like halfway through like my freshman year of college that he like figured that out. And then the next people I really told was my parents, and that was like about like halfway through my junior year of high school that I told them. And that went pretty well. Of course, yeah, they still love me, they accept me. But of course I'm still living in their house, so they obviously do still love and care about me. And then after that, I didn't really tell anybody until like after I graduated from high school. I was pretty much closeted. Oh wait, actually no. Oh, I totally forgot. Okay. So I actually forgot, before I told my parents, I actually did tell some of my close friends from a summer camp that I went to. First person I told was my friend Paulina, because she had like come out to me as like bisexual. So then I felt more comfortable to be like come out back to her, and then I kind of came out to the rest of my friend group. There's about like 5 of us, or wait, yeah, there's 5 of my friends, so they all knew. They were the first people to know, before I told my parents. So pretty much they were like all I had for like the first like 3 or 4 years that I knew. And yeah, so I was like, I'd just be in like study hall and like be texting them, because they were like the only people that I could have like a honest conversation with, being like my true self. And it also sucked because I was like in the closet, and then there were like a whole bunch of guys at my high school that I like had a crush on, and it was kind of bad. They all kind of like caught on, because I would like stare at them, and they like caught me one too many times, and then they'd just kind of give me like the stink eye every time I like walked by them, because they were all like straight, which sucked. But so I told my friends, I told my parents. And then, I didn't like really come out to anybody else until like after I graduated, because I didn't really feel like dealing with like the stupid homophobic people at my high school knowing. Whatever. I mean, if I had a little bit more of a backbone, I probably would have just said it anyway and said, screw all of you, whatever, deal with it. But I don't know, I didn't really feel like dealing with that, so I just kind of waited until after we graduated, and then I told a few. I didn't really tell all my friends. I only told like a few of my close friends, like a few months later, and then I decided when I went to college, like I wasn't gonna have this be some big secret. I was like, I'm gonna be out and proud and everything, and that's exactly what I did. I told pretty much all my friends, all my college friends know. And it's just like helped me build like a lot of confidence with that. And then I told my grandmother and my aunt like during Christmas break, during my freshman year of college. So they know as well. Yeah, pretty much the only people that like really don't know is like the rest of my family. Other than coming out, I guess I can also talk about dating. Haven't really had any. I guess this can also be a message to anybody else who feels like they're like behind in life and stuff. So I'm 21 years old now, and I still have yet to have my first kiss. Yeah, haven't dated anybody, haven't kissed anybody. Still got my virginity. So yeah, don't feel bad if you feel behind, because I'm there too. So yeah, that's pretty much my whole story. I probably forgot some details, but it's fine. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. If you're new here, subscribe. And watch my old videos that I made 2 years ago. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you found it relaxing. I mean, well, I don't know. I was kind of talking about important stuff. So, I mean, if you just wanted to get out of your head and like just kind of go to sleep, that's fine too. But if you actually wanted to listen to the story, then